in one England town are either laughing or on edge this morning. Freaking out. All depends on how they feel about clowns.
Feel free to close your eyes for the story. This guy's been showing up all over dressed as a pretty creepy clown. His identity remains a mystery, as does his motive. One warning, if your kids don't like clowns, seriously, you might want to send them to another room. Here's Duncan Golestani.
In a sleepy English town, something very strange is going on, and it has people looking over their shoulders.
It's just weird.
When the hour is late and the light starts to go, someone spooky appears. This mystery clown doesn't juggle, he doesn't speak, he just stands there. He was first spotted on Friday the 13th and has since been seen all over the town of Northampton, posting photos on his Facebook page, getting more than 150,000 likes, but not everyone's a fan.
It's a bit scary. If I saw it and I was alone, I'd probably cry.
When we first saw the picture, it was frightening because we thought, oh, it's a crazy man outside.
For many people, it's no laughing matter. Clowns, well, just freak them out.
Because it's a mask, because it may be something that people are unfamiliar with, it can generate fears, and for some people that goes back to childhood when they were frightened by clowns.
There's even a term for it, coulrophobia, defined as an irrational fear of clowns. The symptoms: sweating, nausea, feelings of dread, fast heartbeat and crying. We can probably blame Stephen King's It for some of that. The clown from that movie and the one around here bear a striking resemblance. The Northampton clown told a newspaper he only wants to entertain. Sometimes he carries balloons, sometimes a teddy bear. But all people are really interested in is his identity.
I haven't found the clown yet, but I will. I will find the clown.
And now everyone's watching and waiting to see where the creepy clown will turn up next. For today, Duncan Golestani, NBC News, London.
Crime Stoppers and the Ottawa Police Service are looking for your assistance in identifying suspects responsible for mischief in a park in Orleans.
Hello, I'm Detective Wayne Wilson of the Ottawa Police Service. I'm investigating an incident where vandals melted 3 utility knife blades, such as this one, into a play structure in the Spring Ridge and Trim Road area in the city of Ottawa's East End. The sharp ends of the blades were pointing up as to inflict injury once a person slides or climbs onto the structure. There were 3 different areas where the blades were placed at the play structure. The blades were found during the evening of Thursday, May 19, 2011, in this exact park.
It is a crime that has angered thousands of San Diegans, and tonight 10 News has learned of a third frightening incident involving razor blades purposely placed around a popular Mission Bay park. And that's where we find 10 News reporter Preston Phillips live with what police are doing to find those responsible. Preston?
Kim, the San Diego Police Department's beach team will be primarily focusing on the Bonita Cove Park here for the foreseeable future, as well as the city's park rangers. So even though we found this remnants of police crime tape here today, parents we spoke to didn't know what happened here last night till we told them. 10 News cameras were rolling Thursday night and back on August 10th as police and city parks and rec crews collected razor blades and scoured Bonita Cove Park with metal detectors. Now police tell us there was also a third incident here back in mid-February. Police say the same thing happened back then. Single-edged razor blades like this intentionally pressed into the ground sharp side up in hopes kids, adults walking by barefoot would step on one and slice up their foot.
In my opinion, somebody without a conscience that just wants to hurt people.
Yeah, definitely. I'm not going to stay here. It's crazy that somebody would do something like that. People come here to enjoy the park, not do something stupid like that.
That was the reaction we got from several parents after we arrived at the park Friday afternoon and told them what had been going on after we spotted their kids running around barefoot. Jorge Parra was quick to get his kids' shoes back on. So was Roberto Garin.
This is just so shocking. I mean, like I said, we just heard about it the first time, and we're just going to be careful out here.
This is like strategically placed. It's just sick, So it's really sad.
We're reasonably confident that we got all the razors. It can't be guaranteed, so people need to use due caution when they're in the area. I'd recommend wearing shoes for the children and, of course, for the adults as well.
The razor blades collected are now being processed at a crime lab for DNA.
It does unfortunately take time, and hopefully there's a DNA profile on file for us to match that to should we do get a DNA hit on it.
And back out here live, since our story aired last night, there's been an overwhelming amount of public interest on our 10 News Facebook page. Story's been shared more than 1,200 times. Of course, we'd love to hear what you have to say about it. And of course, to comment, you can go to facebook.com/ABC10 News. We're reporting live tonight from Mission Bay. Preston Phillips.
2-year-old Madden at a park in East Moline, Illinois with his dad. His dad lifts him up on his shoulders so Madden can grab onto the monkey bars, but he pulls his hand away in pain. Why? A razor blade.
He said, ouch. Jason put him down because he thought maybe like it was, just hurting his hands, the coldness of the bar or something. He put him down, and then he started bleeding, and we looked, and they were everywhere. Razor blades were everywhere.
Razor blades glued to the playground equipment with some kind of putty with the blade up cut Madden's fingers badly.
Hey, where we showing the park?
Today, the cut is healed, but little Madden hasn't forgotten what happened.
But the doctor's crack is open.
It cracked open?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not good. Did it hurt?
Yeah.
About a dozen straight-edge razor blades placed strategically to do one thing: hurt kids.
To be plotted out for 20 to 30 minutes, however long it'd take to place all those, I feel like that's pretty sick. You know what I mean? Psychotic in a way.
Why would that be something that would come into your mind to put razor blades at a children's park?
And East Moline parks are safe, but it's just a bad situation, bad instance where somebody, or maybe a group of kids, I don't know, who did this, but figured this would be a fun prank to do.
So far, police have been to the scene, collected evidence, including the razor blade, the white putty used to glue them, to the slides and other equipment. They're checking out leads, but still no arrest. Vinny, what a sick individual would do this.
This is sick. This is absolutely sick. Let's take a closer look because we got some pictures of the way that all this was done and how it was attached. And this is really, really concerning, Mike, as we take a look at this. In this area, we can see where the blades are done. And
right.
Is that the putty right underneath?
Yeah, this is the putty right here that was used to basically glue these straight-edge razor blades to this monkey bars and to slides.
All right, taking a look at this picture, Mike, as an investigator, where are you going to look for any sort of forensic evidence to try to figure out who put these blades there? Because this is sick.
You know, Vinny, because of the way these bars are rough, it's going to be tough to get any kind of fingerprints from them. But you could get something off of here, maybe off the links if they touch that. But it's, did somebody see somebody do something? That's the thing, because you're not going to get a lot of forensic evidence from these bars here just because they're so, they're rough, if you will. And the wood, tough to get fingerprints off of wood.
How about the blades themselves? You think?
There's a good possibility because they had to put them onto the glue, onto that putty. So maybe if you even get a partial, but if it's a juvenile, if they haven't been locked up before, they're not going to be in the system.
They're not even going to be in the system.
That's
because this just seems to be something that a bunch of teenage juveniles would do. Let's take a look at the next picture that we have as well. And this is a close-up, really, of just the putty right here again. Simple stuff to get, but so much damage that you could do. And that's going to be the challenge here, right? If you're talking about juveniles, they're not going to have their fingerprints in the system.
Right.
But the other advantage might be maybe they'll talk about it. Maybe social media or somewhere else.
Maybe so. Or is this some other sick individual who might live in that neighborhood that doesn't have kids? Maybe some sex offender who's supposed to stay away from kids comes out late night and puts these out there just to mess with the kids and their parents.
Yeah, and the seriousness of this, I mean, you're talking about the most vulnerable of potential victims, which are young kids, 4, 5, 6, 7 years old.
Exactly.
Any sense that this was just an isolated park? We haven't heard about it in any other park.
No, we haven't heard about any other park, but parents have to be cautious when they're at playground with their kids.
Play equipment at a Delaware County park.
Don, this has happened in other parts of the country.
Exactly. It happened in Illinois last week. Now it's happening here. It's very frightening. And now that the weather is getting nice, parents are really eager to get out to the playground, and then something like this happens. We are at Eaton Park in Brookhaven, Delaware County, where a maintenance worker discovered the razor blades taped to the playground equipment here. It was yesterday afternoon. Fortunately, he found them before any children were hurt. Parents are now being told to keep their eyes open for anything suspicious here, to be extra vigilant. Neighbors, people who use the park, parents, all outraged that somebody would do something like this at a popular area park where children play.
Well, the person's sick. It's plain and simple. They're sick. They're sick.
That's just evil. It's not even boredom. It's evil.
You know, it's sad that something like that has to happen to a playground. Keep little kids who would want to harm a little child. So it is sad to hear that.
Now, this does come on the heels of a similar incident in Illinois last week. A toddler was cut by straight edge razor blades, I should say, that were glued to the monkey bars. Fortunately, the 2-year-old little boy was not seriously hurt. But get this, razor blades were found strewn all over that park. Guys, authorities are investigating whether or not this may be a copycat of that terrible incident in Illinois. They're also wondering if this could have been a cruel April Fool's joke, because yesterday was April Fool's Day. Any way you look at it, they have beefed up patrols here at this park and at other parks here in Brookhaven, hoping to catch the culprit. Back to you in the studio. Oh, my goodness. All right, Dawn, thank you for that.
We'll